couple of minutes. Live chat. There we go. All right, I'm gonna give it about 5 minutes. I'm butt tired. I've been running since Friday, and I'll get into that in a little bit. I ain't gonna be here too terribly long. If nobody comes in, I'm gonna say what I gotta say. I like the live because it automatically uploads. You ain't gotta edit nothing. It just does what it does. And I'm a little tired today. So I got some homework. I need to clean the fridge. I'm doing kitchen cleaning today. I only have to work 3 days this week. Thank you, Jesus. And I worked 3.5 days last week, which I'll talk about that in a minute. That's the ice machine. I got an ice machine, and I love that thing. I was stopping by Starbucks a lot for ice, but then you buy a drink. So I was like, okay, I'm spending way too much money at Starbucks. I need my own ice machine, and the freezers are packed. So a little ice, this sucks. The ice machine is your friend, though. I love my ice machine. Especially in Arizona summers, the ice machine is your friend. And yeah, so this week we're going to be doing some kitchen organization. I'm going to tell y'all what happened. So I don't know, people seem extra cray-cray to me lately. I got to get back to grocery delivery. I'm going back to Instacart as soon as possible. I got some financial stuff I'm going to take care of. Me and Instacart getting ready to go. We getting ready to be friends. Only thing pisses me off with Instacart is that Costco and Sam's Club charge you more money than if you go into the store. So you're paying extra money on products because Instacart. And I'm like, wait a minute, you guys are making money. The only group, if you pay a monthly fee to Instacart for the service and then just pay the tip to the driver or whoever, I have problems with that. Hey, Flatbed, where you at? You still in Florida or are you back over the road? And can you hear me? Let me know if you're in Florida or back over the road. I'll see where you at. I am butt tired. I was out the house. Well, I'll get to all of it here. Let me know how you doing. You in Florida? Okay. What's your weather? Because I know here it was 104, 104, 106 when I was out earlier today. And I went and got pho, and I think I didn't get a good batch. I didn't. So I'm a big pho person. I like Asian food, right? So this morning I got up and I had free breakfast at a restaurant. Okay, FedEx good company. Actually, a girl used to live in my complex, and she was a driver for not the big trucks, but I don't know what she did. It was something commercial part of FedEx loads, and that's what she did. She was making good money. Was back when we were living the same real estate agent landlord I have now, and we were living in another complex, and then we got gentrified out the whole entire complex. And so she actually was driving for FedEx. I think she made very, very good money. Um, Love that complex. Absolutely loved it. If they would have turned that into a condo and I would have had the right kind of money, boom, I would have bought that because it was so cute. It was perfect. Had my garden was going. Just the whole layout of that apartment was perfect. It was old. I had the Pepto Bismol colored sink. You could tell it was built like in the, I had the metal fuses, the ones, I don't know if you my age, like even before then, but that's old because we don't have fuses like that anymore. Here I got the circular ones with the glass. So this apartment I think is even older. Yeah, I think it's older than the other one. Anyway, I'm gonna tell my story. Yeah, Trucker Nikki, I know right now she's studying for her pilots, trying to become a pilot. And she's studying for that in order because and I told her because I'm 56 and my body, granted, I gained about 200 pounds coming into trucking because like I said, if you go back to the first video, you can see that I was much smaller. I mean, I was overweight, but I was way smaller. And trucking does not do good. The only good thing about what you did with trucking is that you were flatbed, but after a while, even for your body, that's hard. That's some hard labor. Um, Trucker Bill was rolling furniture off the truck, when I saw him, I was like, bruh, he was looking way too skinny because he had had the weight loss surgery. And he lost even more weight when I saw him last time because he ended up working for Ashley. Well, then he had to be with them for a certain time before he could be drop and hook. So now he drives loads, drop and hook, drives load, drop and hook. And he said he'll be retiring in about a year and a half if the world is around with whatever going on right now. I don't know if I think it is going to be. Okay. Well, you sound like you pretty fit sister, so you sound fit. Like I say, if you did flatbed, I already know. You when I was telling Bill, I said this kind of flatbed coming. He said you'll be a fraction of your former self because there ain't no in hell you can be fluffy and do flatbed. You just cannot be a fat flatbed driver. It's not gonna work for you. It will keep you dang sure skinny. Trying to think. Yeah, Nikki says she's getting ready to go. She's trying to do her pilots because she's in her. Okay, you see, I'm a glutton for punishment. She's in her. She just turned 40. She just hit 40. So she just turned 40 years old. And so she said, I know my body ain't gonna be able to do this. I said, that's kind of what I try to tell people. If you go into trucking, you can do it for a certain length of time, but a lot of people, if they stay in it, they die in trucking. I was working for one trucking company. I don't know if it's true or it's false because I don't know the man. I met his student. He was losing his eyesight. So he was training students and he told them, I will be sitting in the side seat. I will never drive. You're driving because I have eyesight issues. And he was training them. I forgot. I can't remember. I don't know what's true or false, but like I said, and trying to figure out how to stay in an industry, and that ain't a good way. But I don't know what's true or false. I'm just saying. The student said that. I looked at him. I'm like, is this guy telling me the truth? But at the same time, I realized people are so desperate, you just never know. I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt what he was telling me. Only part of trucking I miss is the travel, and I don't miss the work part of it. Like, I love driving, so I just like to drive. Like, right now, I got to take Little Man Hulk is due for he needs a tune-up, and he needs his, what belt is that? The serpentine belt? I need to change it. As soon as I get those two things done, we're going to be traveling around. And I got some fluid stuff I'm going to do. I'm going to do all that through Jiffy Lube because it's cheaper. But the tune-up, I'm thinking I'm doing that through the dealership, unless I can find a mechanic I know to do it for me. No jobs in trucking. Well, I just read that some trucking company laid off a whole bunch of people out of Texas. That's really weird because you remember there was a huge trucking shortage back in the day. That's weird. That's not a good sign because if you see stuff like that in trucking, that says we're gonna have some economic issues. That's an economy issue. Ooh, that's weird. Yeah, that right. If that's what's going on, that's not good. Now I think Nikki's doing okay. I don't know. I haven't asked her because she's running her own truck. She's running off a load board and all that. So she's doing that all on her own with loads. Um, I don't know all the detail. Are you just talking flatbed or are you talking any kind of trucking? Because I know flatbed is so specialized, it can come and go because you're dealing with construction and stuff like that. Are you just talking flatbed? Or are you talking like van, dry van, reefer, anything? Or are you just saying just specializing in flatbed? So flatbed, I can see it more so. Oh, you gotta forgive me. Local fueling liquids. Oh, local. Okay. Well, you in Florida too. I don't know. Florida never had good trucking stuff. It just really didn't. And other parts of the country did, but Florida was always funky about. Because you didn't get a lot of loads in and out of Florida, mainly because you guys are right there off of the water. So whatever you need is coming probably right in from the water. Okay, yeah, because I don't know, just Florida was never a huge trucking hub. And like I said, everything you guys have is right there from the water, so you're probably pulling right from the ports. Have you thought about working at any of your, do you have ports down there? I'm sure you do. Like working at any of the ports in the area? It's just, it's not one of those trucking states. Because when you say, I'm like, whoa, Now, if you go like Texas, Arizona, I'm like, we got tons of trucking companies here because Arizona, Utah, Texas, where else? Those are like three big trucking states, big time. So yeah. God, why I'm yawning all of a sudden? And I well, it's probably because I have been running. I woke up this morning and I said I was gonna get pho, and I don't know if the pho was good or not because my stomach is kind of weird. And then I had to go to the grocery store. I'm talking about that in a minute because I had a very bad grocery store experience. Okay, yeah, IT is actually not bad at all. And mainly because you could probably work from home. Like I said, I roomed with some guys, and one of the dudes he did IT work from home, and that's all he did. One thing I like about the insurance part right now, I work from home for 3 weeks of the month, and then only 1 week in office, which I love. Um, it's better than where I was when it first started, because the lady I had when I first started. This one is more customer based, but we still got numbers. So like the somebody's been watching our team because she had bereavement and in vacation. I don't know. I think we're in office this coming week. I got to get on the look, and I'm only working 3 days this week, so that's not bad. Um, if you like to use your brain, you'll be fine. It just depends. I'm analytical, so like the claims thing I'm doing right now, I absolutely love it because I like to analyze situations. Um, and basically, we analyze the situation, information, and we make a decision. And I enjoy that. And I also enjoy getting almost I call the breadcrumbs of the claim investigation, and then make a decision and know where it's going. So I enjoy that part of it. And also we're sometimes figuring stuff out because there's stuff that you get scenarios that are not the typical, and you got to figure out where you're supposed to go in the procedures and policies of the company and insurance in general. So that's kind of interesting. Oh, okay. Well, most movie you're gonna get in IT is getting up and down off from the desk. You might want to get one of them raised stand desks, sit stand desks, the ones that raise up and down. We have them at work. You might want to get one of them. And then you can get the little treadmill that goes underneath the desk. So you can walk and do your computer stuff at the same time. That's gonna be it for probably 8 hours of your shift. I'm just saying. I could be wrong. Unless you get a job where you're doing some kind of IT stuff and you're sent to places, like you're sent to a site or something like that. That might be different. So you might have something like that. I don't know. You're gonna have to look for something like that. You also, if you get good enough, you could possibly look for stuff outside the country. She's not getting my computer, yeah. Yeah, you can look for stuff outside the country too. I'm not mad at you though. You said I'm gonna go join CrossFit and get it out, girl. I'm getting ready. So I've been trying to decide. When I went to the doctor the last time, this new little PA, he mentioned Ozempic. I'm gonna do a little more research, but I'm leaning towards Ozempic opposed to the weight loss surgery. Because when me and him were talking, he's like, "There's a lot of," and I said, "That's kind of what's been holding me." I've talked to two other friends of mine who, one of them, she had every possible side effect, and then the other thing, I've watched both of them gain all their weight back. So, well, not all of it, but they've gained some of the weight back, and so they're just eating around the surgery. And I had worked with a guy at night who had the surgery as well, and he ate around the surgery too. I'm like, but I'm thinking about doing the Ozempic, and because I'm a borderline diabetic, so it is a form of insulin. I could possibly do that. I don't know how they're going to work that with my metformin, but I'm thinking about doing it. I got to talk to them more, see how my hernias play into it, but that's what I'm leaning towards. So, because I've had time to kind of ponder it. Well, yeah, that's what he said. He says it'll help you get to where you want to be, and then everything else. That's what the weight loss surgery is. Honestly, you're still having to follow a diet plan, and you're having to change up how you do things, but you don't feel as defeatist trying to lose 200, 100 pounds because it helps you get there quicker to give you some inspiration. So that's all it is. You have to still get your mind around it. So like a lot of people I know who did the weight loss surgery, they weren't I don't know if they were some people look at things as a quick fix and not really embody what it is, that it's a tool. I fully understand it's a tool. Yeah, and see, that's the other thing. Because I am on warfarin, I'm on a blood thinner because of my clotting disorder. I initially was looking at the lap band because the lap band was the least invasive of the weight loss surgeries. Well, now the insurance companies won't pay for that because they look at it as a temporary fix. Although I know people like Bill who had it and he looks good. And to me, all of them are temporary fixes if you still aren't going to follow whatever the goal is at the end of the day to try to keep it off, right? Um, so it then meant that I'd have to look at the sleeve or the full gastric. I didn't want to do the full gastric. That was too weird to me. My brother did the sleeve. My play niece did the sleeve. They look good. Vicky gained a little bit of her weight back, and then she's kind of up and down. My brother had gained some back, then lost it again. But there's something with the Ozempic that I'm seeing that people who use it seem to be doing, I don't know, much better. My concern is that I've heard something about stomach paralysis. I don't know what that is. So, like I said, I got to research it, but I am leaning towards the Ozempic. I don't know if my insurance is paid because I can't pay a lot of money out of pocket for it. I ain't got that kind of loot right now. Because I'm getting ready to buckle down and I got to get some stuff paid off so I can finish up some financial things that I'm trying to get in play. And then I don't know if I'll have this cruise next year. Trucker Nikki's talking about it. Now, she had said 7 days. I can't do a 7 day. I might do, I think she mentioned a 4 day. That one I could do. The 7 day, I think, is going to be way too long for initial cruise for me. And then eventually I would, if Lord is willing, I want to do an Alaskan cruise. I don't know if she's doing that one because she said there is one for that. But you'd have to be up in Seattle. And I've always wanted to go to Seattle. Um, I've been in Seattle, but I mean go and just kind of enjoy it. So I wouldn't mind the drive. I just hate flying, y'all. Although I have a very good friend who's a flight attendant, I know I can get my ticket for either nothing or next to nothing. And I don't want to be in regular class. I don't know how much she gets on discount if I did business or first class. I can't. I got the energy, y'all. People right now, I'm getting ready to get in that story here in a minute. I will. I will. Yeah. Because so with Trucker Nikki, I get to take one extra person. And it's her. She's getting it as a comp room, and it could be two people in the room, and the person I obviously choose would be my friend who's a flight attendant. She's done cruises before, I think with family, but the other thing is I know that she can take care of my flight stuff for me, and I ain't having to pay out of my butthole for that. I just got to see what my money looks like because I don't have to have money for the cruise, but I got to have money, my spending money. And I think Chuck Bill said I take a couple of grand, and I get you're gonna have maybe 1,000 to 1,500, but yeah. She said you don't have to pay for no food, nothing. No. So to me, I'm not spending a whole bunch of money. The only thing is I want to go to that place. I think it's Juneau, where they got them big crab legs, that restaurant. I want to go there. I want to go there. That's about the only reason I get off the ship. Everything else I chill on the ship with. I'm good. I'm good. Because I'll probably be resting and sleeping. Because I have not had a vacation, like a vacation. I haven't had a vacation. So that I need. I mean, other than, staying, but not somewhere where you go and you chill out. And I haven't. I mean, I've seen all of the US and one little part of Canada. That's another country I would like to go and travel around is Canada. It's just pretty to me. You know what? I used to want to live in Alaska. Alaska and Seattle were big for me. Those were the two places I wouldn't mind living at all. Canada would not be bad either because I think Canada's gorgeous. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So let me tell y'all, I'm gonna put some stuff on here, Flatbed. I'm gonna talk about it. So I just turned 56 on the 26th of June, which was last Wednesday. So I had a couple of different issues this weekend because we celebrated it on Friday night, and I don't know if you guys have in your area. I imagine you might have it out there. It's a Brazilian steakhouse called Fogo de Chao, and they are actually from. Thank you, baby. They're from Brazil. They're actually a Brazilian. They're actually in Brazil. I think they originate out of Brazil, so I know they were there. And we have one here called Fogo de Chao, and I know they have it in Cali. They have it here. I'm imagining this how Florida is. I'm imagining you got one there too, okay? Because you guys are like a mecca for different ethnicities. So I know they're around the country in different states, but we have one here. So I set the reservation initially for five, no, for six people, leaving one extra seat in case, because I have people like, well, I'm thinking about it, but I got this, that, and the other thing. Okay, let me get one extra seat. So I had confirmation for five people, set it for six, because I know our people, we so last minute. We just so last minute, okay? So then I ended up, I set the reservation. I got contacted by somebody else, or from Linda, and Linda was, I think it was, rephrase. Yeah, I got contacted from Linda, I think the day before, and she said, "Hey, my two girls want to go, like her two daughters." And I was like, "Oh, girl, I can add them because I already had the one extra seat, so it just meant one more extra seat." But I was going to add two more extra seats, still leaving a blank seat just in case. So it went from six to eight, okay, seats that I reserved for, leaving one blank seat in case we had an additional guest that, you just don't know. So then another lady, the one who had referred me to the Medicare marketplace, the job when the whole light rail thing fell apart, that we had met at the bus company, when she contacted me, say, "Hey, I'd like to come." And I said, because her and her sister live together. And I said, "Did your sister want to come with you?" She said, "Oh, she can come." I said, "Absolutely." So I said, "Does she want to?" She's like, "Yeah, Shannon." She said, "She goes to this Fogo de Chao all the time. I've been a couple of times." I said, "Cool. I'll go ahead and add two more seats." So we moved from 8 to 10 seats, still leaving one blank seat. Okay. One of the people that I was supposed to pick up, who's moved back here to Arizona, a friend of mine named Regina, she didn't show. She was, and not a bad thing. She's in a middle of closing on a home here in Arizona, and the closing went a lot longer than what she expected. So and I get it. By the time she was done being up in there to close on the house, she was beat. That baby was beat, right? So, and I get it. It's hot in Arizona. You've been up in there dealing with paperwork. And then right now she's in a small townhome. It's her and her 5 kids. And they've been here transitioning back here. And then she's finally closed on a house that's big enough for all of them. So I'm sure she's in the process of like, hey, as soon as I close on this, I'm moving. I'm not mad at her. I'm moving. This is done. So make sure that ain't my car. I don't think that's no, my keys are over there. So I got it. I'm like, this sister, somebody's car alarm is going off. I don't really have a car alarm. I have a panic alarm. So anyway, so she didn't make it. So I was like, okay, cool. She's not gonna make it. So that left a seat open, but she didn't know if she was making it or not. So I didn't change the reservation. I left it with 10 people. We get to the restaurant, and I want to say this. It was 111 degrees here in Arizona, okay? On Friday, I think 111 when I got my car on Friday evening. I had been running the early part of the day or mid to early. I got up late, but I needed to do laundry. I need to come back, shower, shave the little sides of my head, get a shower, and start getting ready because initially I was supposed to pick up Regina. When she told me, "Hey, I'm going to either try to get there or I might not show," and I apologize, I didn't know that the closing was going to take this long. I was like, "Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Do whatever. And if you can come on and come. Your seat's been reserved." She didn't show. And so I was like, okay, well, it just is what it is. But that's fine. That's one person. So that left 2 open seats. Linda is always late. That child is always, I just never met anybody like him. Just constantly, she's a true CPT person. If you tell Linda 7 o'clock, Linda might not get there till 7:30 or 8. It's insanity, but that's Linda. So you just know that's who she is. So I don't usually stop anything on account of Linda because I already know it's her typical nature. She's late. She one of them people. So just go on with your day. Do what you're gonna do. You can't depend on her. If it's an on-time reservation, just keep on going with your day. So while we're there, so Linda has 3 people with her, but there were 5 of us here at the restaurant ready to go, okay? We get there, I check in, and there's the two associates are in the bar area on high tops. I can't get on the high top, and one of my other people that I know is older than me. She can't get on the high top. We both have bad knees and some other things. Trying to crawl up on those high tops is not good for us. So, and it's a friend of Joe, common friend. So I go up to, and Joe said, he says, they told us they wouldn't seat us until the whole party's here. I said, well, they don't have nowhere cooler to sit because the bar area that is inside is all high tops. They have no patio open, no misting open, no fans on the patio going. So we're sitting in the bench outside in 100 and some odd degree weather here in Arizona. I'm hot. I walk back up to the thing, and I said, so then Linda and them finally show up. So we're now past 7:45. We're now, I don't think they set us till 8:30, 8:45, okay? We were supposed to be, I set the reservation for 7:45. So I don't think they set us for at least an hour, okay? Linda and them show up, I'm presuming it was about 8:15, okay? So she's almost 30 minutes late. Somewhere between 8:15 and 8:30. I walked back into this man and I said, what's up? And I give him a dirty look because at this point, I done walked up there 3 times to you. And I said, look, he's like, oh, well, you can go into the bar. I said, sir, I put on the reservation, we have some seniors. We can't climb up on these high tops. One of us, I use a cane. I said, the other lady also is not too far from a cane, and she's even older than me. The hell you mean? It's in the reservation. So I did talk to the manager, which he knew me because I've been there before and we had a little issue. And I was hot. I'm still haven't done their review on Yelp. I'll be doing their review. I'm gonna lower their star rating. Their food is always phenomenal, but it's always been something, okay? And this go round, I have a problem that you go, oh, we can't sit you till your entire party is here, but you have nowhere for us to sit in the air conditioning. And so at the end, after and everything else past the sitting of at the table, I talked to the manager afterwards. He says, well, how? He said, I remember when you sat over here and you and your friend came last time and you brought us a lot more people this time. I said, yeah, we got to come. I said, let's have a come to Jesus meeting. Let's talk. And he's a black guy. I said, first of all, I said, we got here and you guys didn't sit me for an hour after my reservation because you said, oh, not all your parties here. I said, we got some stragglers. I got some people who are CPT. They come at the last minute. I said, but we had 5 people here. I said, but the other problem I had with this is every last person in my party is over 50 years old. We're all seniors. Some of us early seniors, but we're all seniors. Some of us, yeah, I'm fat as hell. We're not in the best condition. One of the other persons, she's not in the best condition. And there's 2 other ladies here. We're seniors. So sometimes climbing up on bar stools, all of that is not possible. Plus the bar was kind of packed. I said, the other problem I have is that you have absolutely no cooling system out there. You have no chairs. You got one little rinky-dink table out there with a couple of chairs, and there is no misting system, no fans, no nothing on that patio. Arizona is 100 freaking degrees. When I got in there, I had like a heat headache, okay, because my head started hurting. I said, this is not good. I said, then on top of that, we had to wait because your people, oh, your whole party's not here, so we're not going to sit you. What the hell? At least at 100 in the summer, you need to get people in here, sit them down, let them get water. Maybe you say, okay, guys, we're going to ask you all to sit down there to make sure all of your party comes. If you don't, we're going to need this table at the end. I would have had no problem with that. But the way it was handled was poor. So me and him had to come to Jesus. He said, if you come again, he says, when you come back, you let me know. I will from here on out make sure you get seated. I said, okay. I said, but I am doing a Yelp review. He says, I know. And I said, I'm going to review you. So, and if you guys don't know about Yelp, if you do enough Yelp reviews, they may reach out to you and ask you, and they give you a badge called it's like an elite badge. And then you get invited to things like special openings, gatherings, get together, new restaurants, all sorts of stuff like that. So you might get invited to special events. And I've been invited to some. I just haven't gone to any of the elite gatherings. I work, so I haven't. I still do my reviews. But it puts a badge on there, which means you're somebody who has a little bit more of your reviews kind of bump up to the top and they get pushed a little more by Yelp. for them to look at. So if you pull up something, you're going to see right at the top, a lot of the elite reviews come right to the top, and you see what the elite person was saying about it, okay? So I'm an elite 24. I review. So haven't done theirs yet. So we did have to come to Jesus meeting. Everything else, except for the weight, was stellar. The meal as usual stellar. The food is stellar. The meats. And by the time I got with the meats, my head was hurting so bad I really didn't eat all that much. And I knew that it was from the heat. And I ate my salad bar because you have a market bar. I did that. It's just the other stuff I didn't do, right? So let's move on. So we left out and we had a good time. I think Linda and the late party was the last ones to leave. Joe and Victoria, they left first. Did they leave first? I think they either left first or my other friend Rhonda and her sister left. One of them two left first, but they was kind of back to back, those groups left. And I got sugar for days. So Linda's sister made me a German chocolate cake. I'm not a chocolate person. I'm not a chocolate cake person, with the exception of two cakes. My top favorite cake is a red velvet. Love red velvet cake. My second top favorite cake would be carrot cake. And then other cakes would fall in there, like a lemon white cake. Anything that's not chocolate would fall in there. And then one of the ones that's my middle of the road cake is a German chocolate cake. And the only reason I like German chocolate cake is because I like the coconut. It's not even about the chocolate cake. It's about the frosting with all the crunchy coconut in there. I like coconut. Coconut cake is another one I like. I love coconut cake. Also like poppy seed, like an almond poppy seed cake. Love. Those are some of my top favorites. I am not a sugar person. So for me, I was like, y'all take some of this cake because I'm a savory food person. I'm not the sweetaholic. Every blue moon, I do like ice cream or frozen yogurt, but I'm not that person that has to have sugar all the time. It's like you get people who need it. I can't. And actually, I got two. So one of the desserts came with the meal, which was a tres leches, which I waited next day. I had that yesterday. I didn't even eat it I didn't eat dessert that day because my sugars, I'm not like that. And even though I'm fat, my blood sugar for my diabetes is actually very good. Okay. So that was one issue this weekend. Yesterday, I decided, okay, I'm going to run around. I needed to get some sales shopping out the way. And I am a massive sales shopper. So if I get a deal, I'm going to get a deal. Well, they have laundry soap, okay, at one of our stores out here, which is Kroger. Wait till y'all hear this story. So I go and I can't remember if I went to lunch. Oh, I did go to lunch. I went late lunch. And then I headed over to Kroger to do my deal. And I had used my number like the Wednesday before to get the deals, the day of the sales open. And then I said, Joe, can I use your number? He's like, absolutely. And he gave me his log on and I went in there and clipped all my coupons. So I get in the store, I get everything in the basket. I already know in my head the price should be around $40, okay? When I get to the register, it's $69. I'm like, no, something ain't coming off on my sales. So I said to the guy, I said, well, let me back up. When I arrive at the register, there is a white couple in front of me. And I don't know if he's a husband, boyfriend, son, I don't know, but they looked young, so I'm figuring they were a couple, husband and wife or boyfriend, girlfriend. Well, the guy, he had on a t-shirt with, I think, like different cars on it. And I thought Corvette, but I can't remember. I knew it had cars on it. So the little cashier dude, this old white man, he's all friendly with them and commenting on the cars on the shirt and telling them about the car at the top. And so when they leave, he goes, okay, guys, you have a good day. Just as nice to them as he wanted to be. When I walk up to the register, this butthole don't speak. He don't say anything. And you don't have to. I'm not offended if you don't speak. You can ring my stuff. Just keep it even keel. We aren't friends. I don't know you. And that's okay. I normally, if you don't speak, I was like, hey, how you doing? Because I realize it's a service job. It's probably a long day. It's a hard job. How you been doing? Blah, blah, blah. I got one cashier. I said, hey, how'd your vacation go? Oh my God, you remembered. Yeah, you told me the last time I was in here. So sometimes, because they're dealing with so many people, I've done face-to-face customer service retail when I was at Borders Books and Music. I've done it. I never really had a problem face to face because I can usually get along with most people. But every so often you do get some buttholes, okay? So I get they deal with special folks. But when you the person behind the counter and you a butthole, that's a whole nother can of worms. Okay? Especially if I ain't a butthole to you. That's a whole nother can. So after the white couple goes up, all my stuff is on the belt. And I have my, I have one earpiece in. And then I take that earpiece and put it in my, so where's my thing? So I got me these. I have had these. I got them on sale. I can't remember where I got them on sale. Really good. So I have these in, and they connect instantly to the iPhone. So I'm in line. I come up and I put all my stuff on there, and once he tallies it, he doesn't speak, doesn't say hello, doesn't say, he just kind of was he had attitude from the time as soon as I was the one at the register, and I realized this. So let's go here. So I said, he said $69, and I'm getting ready to pull out wallet. I said, whoa, whoa, whoa. I said, wait a minute, something's not ringing up right. What? And I paused, and I went almost to talking about stuff. Then he pulls out just his whole behavior. And I look at the girl who's bagging the groceries. I said, take everything out the cart. Everything, and put it back on the counter. I said, hand me, because I had to hand him the coupon. I said, hand me that one coupon. And he just looked like this. I said, John, I said, I got your dang on what? I'm on my way to customer service. I went all the way over to customer service, and I said, I want a manager now. Right now. I'm physically shaking. This man had me so mad. He had me so mad. God for woo! Thank God I'm Jesus' child. I really want to pull that man across that counter and kick him in his face. Just did. I'm like, bro, who in the hell are you talking to? I'm not no child. Hell, you shouldn't even talk to a child like that. I'm not even a dog. I talk to a dog and a child better than that. Who the hell are you talking to? So I waited, and Miss Vanessa, the store manager. So Fry's out here is not under Kroger brand. I haven't even written the corporate office because I needed to calm down because I want to make sure that when I write things, I write them in a calm mind because I was hot all yesterday. I was pissed all yesterday. And I went to customer service. I talked to the lady, Vanessa. And y'all, I know I said I want to pull them across. I'm not going to lay hands on. I am 56 years old. I've never just pulled somebody across the counter and done anything. But you know that's just basically saying the height of where you were mad at because somebody ticks you off. So I've never done that. But I'm like, who does this? So I talk to this Vanessa lady. I want you to hear everything she did because when I was telling Joe and Linda about it, Joe said, this guy's done something else. I said, exactly. So when I got there, I tell the Vanessa lady, who's just a manager, I said, look, I said, ma'am, I've done face-to-face customer service. I said, I'm doing customer service right now. I've done customer service from entry level to management. What I just experienced, and I'm calm right now because I was shaking when I was talking to her. I said, what I've experienced, I said, I'm Christian and I'm trying not to swear, but that individual over there, he's an a-hole. I said, and he doesn't have the right to flip and talk to me, just like I'm a dog. I said, first of all, I have two other Fry's that are closer to me, Fry's Kroger's. I said, the reason I come to this store is honestly, it's a better maintained store. No offense, less homeless people. Flatbed, why you in my head? Flatbed. Why you in my head? I am so, he thankful to Jesus that I'm saved. He thankful to Jesus I'm this shit. And you know what? I say that, and I know where I could go if I didn't have God's hands on me. And I've never actually gone there, but I know where people can take you. And it's not, and I want to say this, I'm not promoting violence in any form or fashion. Matter of fact, that's one of the reasons, like when I talked to Linda about some of her aggression in driving and what she does, it's like, look, sometimes you may think you're the biggest, baddest on the block, but you don't know if that person has a gun in the car. We have to be walk in wisdom even in our anger, even when we're pissed off. We have to walk in wisdom, because you sitting up here flipping people off, cussing them out, that can get you shot if that other person is cray cray. So you really don't know who you're dealing with, even with customers, even with him. I don't know that man. He crazy as hell. I don't know. He obviously was crazy as hell. So, but me and you were here, flatbed, because my mind was like. So when I talked to this lady, I said, I'm a 56-year-old damn woman. I'm not no child. I'm not a dog. And the way that freaking cashier talked to me, when I told him I'm a sales shopper, it's not even about money. I got 400 in the account. That's not even about that. After I leave here, I'm on my way to Sam's Club. So I got change to buy. Because when you go into Costco or Sam's Club, you dropping at least a bill. You dropping one bill. When you go to Costco and Sam's Club, I did good yesterday. I came out under $75. But you usually dropping $100 right off the top, okay? Right. But I'm going to tell you what, I think it might have been the chocolate. I'm getting ready to get to it. But I told you who was in front of me. It was a white couple in front of me. When they left and I was the next person, his attitude changed. And I had to play back in my mind because he was all friendly and jovial with them. Where did the bipolar behavior come from, bro? You went from Jack to Ripper. I mean, you went from one to the other. Because you're what? The hell you talking to? And at first I was nice and then just paused. And then his behaviors were more like, you got the right one. So I went over there, talked to Vanessa. As I'm telling her, I got my hand up because I'm like, this is, and I'm pissed. I'm shaking. I said, this man, and you point your hand. I said, you don't talk to a customer like this. I said, I come all the way from 7th Avenue in Osborne. There's 2 other fries near me. I come here because you guys are stocked well. Usually your service is good. And I like the way you keep your store. I said, but now I won't be back. I said, but this right here is unacceptable. I said, you don't just talk to somebody and say, I'm not trying to get the boy fired, but he might not still be on the register. Maybe you need him back unloading some trucks. Put his behind to work. That's what you need to do. And make him unload some truck and not talk to people because he's a dick. And so I went and she's like, well, did he just say? And I told her, I said, here's what happened. I said, when I told him the bill was off, he then like, what? Who the hell are you talking to? I'm a grown woman. I'm not 5. Who are you talking to? And he too old. We're not talking about some of these little young, wet behind the ear, 30 and unders who ain't been raised by their mom and daddy, who don't know how to talk to people. And all they know is they phone and don't know and have a lack of communication skills because they're crazy. We're not talking about them. And granted, I don't like it with them either, but I would have appreciated it more. We're talking about somebody who looked like he was my age or older. No, baby. No. Hell no. So I did call back when I got home, and I got I call it a GM, but it's the district manager. I got her information. I also will be writing a corporate, because it just sat on me funky all day. When I got home, I had to come home and cool off. I was that pissed from that experience. And so I did go ahead and go to Sam's Club after I came in, cooled off, and kind of talked to Linda and Joe. I was hot. I was pissed. I had to talk to Linda and Joe, so I was like, I'm done. I'm done. And I won't be back at that store, but I still got it. I did their review already on Yelp, and my next move is I will be doing a written to the corporate office as well as to the general manager or the district manager of the store. My other issue, I don't remember if the manager apologized, but then when I went to leave, she says, well, have a good day. But while I was telling her about John, that's the other thing. She moves her hand to flag over, I think, another manager. He said nothing. He just listened. And they looked at each other. And Joe said, they've had another problem they've had other people report John. And I said, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, flatbed is done. Because I'm like, who in the hell are you talking to? I mean, just what? Bruh, if I tell you the bill is wrong, we're going to take as long as we need to. This line behind us, there's 3 other registers. Ain't got another register or self-checkout. We're going to handle this. I'm a sales shopper. I got the right to stop your sales. And if your crap ain't ringing up right, we got the right to go through that right here at this register. Why am I going to waste my time if we can fix it at the register, go to customer service to have it fixed? If I can avoid that, I'm going to avoid that. Yeah, you got the right one talking crazy. So I got home, and afterwards I said, you need to call back. And like I said, I can't remember because I was so mad, and maybe the Vanessa lady manager, she might have apologized. This is, if you're here in Arizona, it's the one on 20th Street and Highland. Woo! Woo! And the reason I go to that one, they do have a little bit of the homeless situation, but the one near my house over here, that's the closest to my house, that one, the homeless situation is bad. And God bless them. I donate to a ministry that does deal with homeless because I can't factor whether you're using the money for drugs. I can't factor whether I'm buying your meals and any other money you're doing for drugs. I can't factor that, but that is their specialty. They have people who can screen, and they will feed and reach the people who truly are trying to get free, not the people who are addicts. While my heart can go out because everybody can be addicts for different reasons, if that's a life you've chosen, then there's some things that come with that. And part of the situation you're in may be the part that comes with that. When you want to get freedom, there are ministries out there that will hopefully help you get out. But there's people who that may come with it. Actually, I had a situation recently, and an associate of mine, someone I knew, I'm gonna try to make this as vague as possible, had a health crisis. I've not met this person in person. We had just talked across the phone, but I know family members of the individual, and we had worked in a similar industry. Talked to the individual over the phone. Well, come to find out, they had had a major health crisis. Well, then they put on their Facebook page, none of their family came to see him. And I was like, oh, okay. I said, hey, I'm here in the valley. If you need somebody just to talk to or whatever. So when I sent that, and I was literally, I have no problem. I'll drive anywhere in the valley. But something is like the Holy Spirit of God said, wait a minute, you need to check and find out what's going on. Because the family that this individual is part of, they're very close knit. So it's weird that none of your family has come to see you. So I called somebody who's close to the family. I said, between me and you, this is what I saw. This was going on. This is the health crisis. And the individual said, leave that alone. The person is caught up into some stuff. I'm like, enough said. Enough said. So part of sometimes what people go through, that's part of the dynamics. I don't know what John was going on, but John went from cool with the white folk, and then when a little chocolate fat black woman ended up in front of you yelling at me like I'm your dog, there's a problem. And John need a talking to, or need to be back there unpacking trucks and not be on the register because John's a dick. And in today's world, you don't know who I am. I mean, I'm not going to go and hurt anybody, but you don't know what people will do. We got too many cray-crays in the world today. And that just even him behind that counter, my mind is like, he crazy as hell. And so, and that's another reason I ain't going back to store. I had to report you. So I don't know if you come back and do some weird stuff up in the store, be waiting for you. I don't know, because something is wrong with you. You cray-cray. And maybe you got problems with talking to people. I don't know, but you pissed me off talking to me like I'm your dog. So we done. So I had to go back up here today to the hood Kroger by me, because I had already had everything for the coupons and everything, and I was going to get my sale. So when I titled this what I did, the what, that's part of it. And then it's just in talking to the person to check on the other individual, people want what they want, and they want it the way they want it. It would be like me. I want to lose the weight, but I don't want to do some of the things that come with it. That's not the reality of it. You're going to have to take some steps. You either, and I'm a person like, okay, but I'm not going to sit there. I'm not going to sit there and, what's the word I want to use? I'm not going to sit there in a pity party in conjunction with that. And there are people that try to manipulate it because I want what I want. Like Grumpy wanted to continue down a path. Hey, Wendy, what's up? How you doing? How's the weather in Colorado? Grumpy wanted to continue down a path, and he wanted an instant fix because I still want to do what I want to do because I want it my way. So I want to eat as much sugar as I want. I want to do all these things because I want it my way. And then your issue is when they ain't got no pills that I can take, so I can no. You might get something to help you, but initially you're gonna have to deal with this and get you to a point, but you're still gonna have to do stuff to maintain it. It's just not gonna be that. Yeah, some crazy storms across the country. Right now we had some clouds. We really had, I don't know, did it even rain? I might have sprinkled. I can't remember. Oh, it did sprinkle. That was it. It's a little humid. That's about it. It's not too bad. It's been hot. We just been really hot. But Arizona's hot in general. I mean, Arizona, we can get up to 121 degrees. So that's very easy. It's not unusual for us. But yeah, so I dealt with people, and it was like I was dealing with a situation the other day. And an individual, I was assisting them. And they're like, well, I want this and I don't want, and you guys, you can want what you want, but this is what's going to happen. If you don't like the way this is done, then this is your other option. And it's like, I'm going to force you to do what I want. No, you're not going to force, not in the role that I was in. You're not going to force us to do anything. This is what this group going to do. They ain't going to do anything beyond that. The entitled, that's really what it's an entitlement mentality. And we're not talking about, granted, it's huge among the 40 and unders, but we're not only talking about them, it's like it's permeating our world right now. This entitled behavior on so many levels. It's like we're kowtowing to everything. And I'm like, this is not, I remember I grew up with a saying, people in hell want ice water. That was an old saying, basically mean you ain't gonna get what you ain't always gonna get what you want. And sometimes based on your situation, circumstances, it ain't gonna happen. People in hell want ice water. I would love to have $1 million right now to take care of some stuff. But people in hell want ice water. That might not be the case. If it happened, it happened, but it might not. 500,000, 100,000. The reality is, I gotta, and I'm not entitled to anything. But you've got a bunch of people that feel entitled, but it's also things that are being spouted as motivational speak. And I'm not just talking about, I'm talking about in general, but even in folks who supposed to be Christian and relying on God, I speak to my circumstances, and I'm the beautiful, and I'm the best, and I'm a winner, and I'm a boss, and these people, and I'm not trying to say, and I don't want to say this in a light of what I mean. I'm not trying to say that you have to be worthless. I'm not trying to say that. But there's this entitled of, in order to be top of the charts, I deserve. A lot of people deserve a lot of things that they'll never get in this life. My question is, will you ever be just satisfied? And, there's people who are so flippin' entitled and they're not satisfied. Let me use an example. So I got a friend, as you guys know. A friend of mine came into a lot of money. Well, I won't go how he got that money. Every time I talk to him, why are you so stressed out? I'm working on a budget. I'm working on a budget. He looks at his money almost, because he has a love of money. He's working with money and looking at money almost, if not daily, every other day. Every budget, because the money just fell in, well, it didn't fall in his lap. He got the money. And that is it's his God. So it's a worship kind of thing. But then at the same time, because of the money, there are things in some of his family that has been just drama, and it falls at his foot because of the money. And now you stressed out, but you wanted the money. You did some things to get the money. And had the money been handled the way it should have been handled in the first place, you could tell ninjas kick rocks. You got your portion, I got my portion. But you want it all, and you worked it out to where you got it all, and now you got issues. Now you got issues. So, and that's part of how you went about getting the money that's biting you in the butt. But it's that important to you. So now you're stressed out. You dealing with crazy butt stuff with your family, and you wonder why. And all you do is look at spreadsheets of money all day long, every day. And that's your world, it's your life, it's your God. Because that rules you. And that's what I'm saying. Sometimes we need to be satisfied in the simple. Because all that glitters, goes back to that P. Diddy thing, is not gold. All that money he got right now, it might help him a little bit, but when it's all said and done, it ain't gonna help him as much as he think it is. One, you're a chocolate chip. Two, you done did some really ratchet stuff. And the chickens have now come home to roost. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Kind of like R. Kelly. Money, but you worship the money and you think that and after a while, it's not going to solve it. So there's a point where can you become satisfied? Because money can bring about some attention and things you do not want it to bring to the table. And there's a lot of people who are dealing with that. Yeah, there's a biblical saying, was it Apostle Paul? He said, I've learned to become content in all things. Basically, it doesn't, whether I have lack, because he realized, you know what? I'm here. I'm blessed. God has provided. And I don't have to have an exorbitant life. Are there some things you would like? Absolutely. Right now, financially, there's some things I would like. I would like to be able to just up and retire. I'm not there yet. But, as I've learned to become content. I'm not worried about fancy stuff. That's really not me. If I ever had the money, buying a piece of land and a tiny home, putting and maybe another little tiny home on there and hiring somebody to live there and help me with stuff, yeah. Other than that, I'm satisfied. I've learned to become content in a lot of things. And that's why when I'm listening to some, I was dealing with this individual, what was that, Wednesday, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday. And I want and you guys, and I'm like, well, they're going to get things taken care of. It's just not going to be taken care of the way you want it. It's going to be taken care of. And if you don't like that, you have this other option. Well, I guess I have to, okay, do that. All right. Well, all right. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye now. Yeah, Wendy, I'm dealing with that right now. That's part of it. Um, that's really even the biggest part of things. You cannot take a lot of stuff you can't take with you. And people are worshiping some stuff. I got a friend of mine, love her dearly. You go to her house, it's a cute little house, family home. All these broke down cars are in the yard. One of them was her mama's car, and there's an old truck that belonged to her daddy. These people are dead. You keeping that as like, I can't sell mama's car. Tell by junkyard, you need to come pick this up. It got dust, headliner falling. I think the tires is on flat. Why is this car sitting there? I don't even think it run. It makes no sense. Because we idolize, and I get you may have loved your mama, but you keeping a thing for a dead person? I can't. But that's the same with me and the happy heavenly birthdays. The Facebook happy heavenly birthdays. Oh my God. I'm like, it just irks me. That's a weird memory, homie. A whole car. I'm sorry. That's weird. And I get a photo, maybe, this was my mom or this was my grandma. I get that. But there's a point that needs to go. It's a junker car sitting in your front yard. It doesn't make sense. Like, 4 cars. Why? Homie, if you don't have somebody go pick that crap up and sell it, call a junkyard. Hey, how much y'all give me for this? Thank you, mama. Deuces. That worship of dead people is absolutely abhorring. And my other thing is, this old saying we have, give me my flowers while I'm alive. Once they dead, they dead. You sitting up here worshiping dead people. I am not understanding. Yeah, I'm sorry. The car needs to go. You make, and I get it, Wendy, but that's craziness. There's a point that I mean, her mother been dead a long time. We're not talking about dead within the last year. We're talking about that woman been dead for over 10 years. That woman been dead a hot minute. This been over 10 years. Her mama been dead. Over 10 years. Her daddy been dead because her daddy died before the mama. And I said, Wendy, I'm in flatbed. Right. Sell the car. The car, because it's nobody can drive it. You can't do nothing with it. It's just sitting there collecting dust, dirt, headliners falling off, the paint has peeled, the wheels are flat. There's a whole bunch of spider webs. It's junker sitting in your front yard. It looks horrible. And mama dead. Mama ain't gonna come out and get in the car and drive down the road. Nobody can drive. The car doesn't run. It's not even running. It's not a runnable vehicle. Oh, well, somebody might want to take it and fix it up. Baby, that car is over 10 years old, sitting broke down, and it's not fixable. It's not even worth putting the money in. Call the junkyard and have them pick it up. And then I think her dad's truck is in the back. Oh, well, so and so said one of the cousins might want, and I think I don't even know what year the truck is. Now, a truck, maybe if a family member wants and they want to drop an engine in there, but that her dad's been dead well over 15 years, I think, maybe 20. Wendy, did you say if it's Kristen? And the car needs to go extra if it's demonically possessed. Yes, ma'am. I cannot. You said the car. And sweet people, very sweet people. But one thing from, even though my mother was very jacked up, the worshiping of dead people and not using things and having things like dishes that you didn't eat off of. Oh, these are the good china, and we don't need it in plastic on your furniture. That's some weird crap. You can't take none of that with you. So enjoy what you have. Being showy with stuff. It's like my same friend with the money. He got a car. He's older now. He's falling asleep when he drives. But that car and the money are God's to him. It's status. And I'm like, bruh, it's not that serious. And it's funny because this friend of mine who I talk about with the bag, the old cars in the yard, her friend pulled up. I was outside a grocery store and a friend pulled up. And she gave me some slang name that she goes by. I don't know her by. She's like, "Hey, is that so and so?" I said, "Yeah." And I didn't know who she was because I couldn't see her because she's in a little sports, like a little sports car. It's a cute little sports car. But you older than me. You around my age or older, okay? Even if I was, and she was skinny, I know what it's like getting out of a sports car. I had one in my 20s. And getting off the ground and thinking you cool. Child, bye. I got tired of it in my 20s. I dang sure don't want to be a sport. And it was funny because my Linda's like, yeah, yeah, she's doing the same thing. No, no. And she's like, she said, we try to get in and out that car. It's hellish. One of my buddies, he had a sports car before he bought the Range Rover thing. And he had inherited the sports car. Well, he took the sports car once the relative with the money died. And he thought he was balling, convertible. And he's driving the sports car and he think he cool. I ain't saying nothing. I'm just quiet as hell. Because I know what it's like. Now, he's 60, I think he's like 67, 68. I'm 56, so you almost 11 years older than me. Trying to climb into a sports child bar. And couldn't know many people ride with him because you too old and they too old to be getting in and out the sports car off the ground. It looked cute for somebody young enough to deal with it, but after a while, even a young person, child, it gets old. OLD, getting in and out the sports car. I like my little geeky rat car with the nerdy Kia. I slide in, I slide out. Not a whole bunch of drama. Not a whole bunch of drama. A lot of people measure their lives by that. And Grumpy didn't have much, but he measured his life by the clothes he had on his back and how he appeared. And it's kind of a ghetto thing in the black community. I can't speak to any other community, even though I think it's prevalent there as well. But in the black community, you could go into somebody's house. I knew I had an associate of mine. She was living here, and she was buying like $400 and $500 suits. When she walked out her house, she was Gucci from head to feet. When you walked in her house, she didn't have a couch. She didn't have nothing to sit on. They were sleeping on sleeping bags on the floor, but you buying $400 suits so you look good when you walk out your house. And it's the appearance and what people and where your mind is, and that's it's a kind of a ghetto mentality. And it's funny because my best friend Jane, her husband was a postman, and when the taxes would come and stuff like that, he said you could tell when the taxes come, they get some furniture, or they go get rims on the car or some old raggedy car, because it was a status thing. And the mindset of things, the mindset of status and titles, and it's even now I'm noticing extremely prevalent among the 30s and unders, well, maybe the 40s and unders, but more so the 30 and unders. It was funny, I was watching, because I do like watching some of these people that are on here, and they're doing, like, they do a day in their life, and they show things like maybe their apartment or stuff they do, and they do a day in life. So what I've noticed is a lot of the young people, they're doing a lot of name brand stuff. So they're paying, like, there's a soda called Ali soda, or Lolly or Ali or something like that. I decided I wanted to try. I had to try it. I'm like, what is it about this soda that these folks is paying this much money for? Amen. Yeah, amen. Here. So I was like, what is it about this soda that folks is paying, this astrological amount of money for this, or astronomical amount of money for this soda? And so I said, I got one. It tastes like a soda. I, it, I'm trying to. Why are you paying this? It's the label and it's the marketing. And if Bobby does it, then that's the soda I should have. It's perplexing. It's like I'm watching these young folks and they're using was it Sensodyne, the toothpaste, and that's now like that's used to be an old people's toothpaste for people who have sensitive teeth. Now the young folks is because it's a name brand and it's now popular, and I'm like, I cannot. Oh, there's certain things, Wendy, I get that you spend money on, and I don't know. For me, $100 pair of pants, I get like maybe Levi's is a good jean, and I don't know that it costs $100. But I get like there's shoes that are gonna cost, a good pair of shoes. They might not be $25. That's not gonna last you long. You might pay $50 to $100 for a good pair of shoes that's gonna last and be. This is the first time I had ever bought those smiley face, I forgot what they call them. Anyway, I bought some shoes, and they're easily $100. The Birkenstock sandals. Birkenstocks makes a good sandal. Those sandals are 100 plus. I want to try. I think I forgot who told me about the Hoka tennis shoes. I'm probably gonna get one of those for some support things, and try them because they've got a good reputation. So there are things you're going to pay for, but are you paying for it because of the name on it, or are you paying for it because it meets your need? There are people who buy things. And there was a truck driver. I forgot his name. I know his first name is Justin, but he went by another name in trucking. And he was being interviewed by another truck driver. And he worked for Prime. And I like both of them actually working Prime at time. But I liked he did a statement. He said most people buy their cars for other folks. Facts. They buy them so somebody else tells them, oh, they admire their car. So for example, uh, when Grumpy got his car, well, I look pretty in this. His thing is he wanted people to look at him, and sitting in the car, he looked good in the car. That's a child, and it's okay. I got what was going on. That's a child with some low self-esteem, and I need somebody to stroke my Johnny to make me feel like I'm important. Something wrong with you. Seriously. Seriously, seriously. So, and I realized that. I'm like, oh, okay, something wrong with them. Something really wrong with them. Let me see what else you're saying. Yeah, and it's not to negate nice things that cost money. I'm not. Here's what I'm saying. It's the intent on why you buy it. Did you buy it for the name brand? Did you buy it for the quality? Did you buy it because it's something you liked? Or did you buy it because you want somebody else to tell you that you're important and that name brand makes you feel important? This is what I'm trying to say. When you buy things, there are going to be things you buy that are going to be quality. I love what's the Restoration Hardware. I love a lot of their stuff. Highly expensive. I cannot afford a lot of their stuff. But I do like a lot of their stuff. You're going to get some good quality stuff from them. If I had the money, yeah, there'd probably be someone I would go with. I might be buying some used stuff that people have had from them. I get that. 100% get it. Understand. But when you're buying it, like my friend, the same guy with the car, he has an associate who works for a very well, not her, but her child works for a very famous musical artist, okay? And so I guess, sometimes they get free stuff. So he got a pair of these $400 or $500 sunglasses, right? That came in one of the bags came through the mama that he knows. Oh, and he had to tell me the price of the sunglasses. Why do I need to know the price of the sunglasses you're wearing? Why do I need to know that? Are the sunglasses working for you? I don't need to tell you, oh, yeah, these are my $500 glasses. Why do you need to know that? That's not how you introduce. Say, hey, you might, and I get people like to show new things. Hey, you like my new glasses? Oh, okay. Yeah, those are nice. They look good on you. In the conversation. I don't need, hey, you like my new $560 sunglasses or glasses? Oh, these are my $200 suit. This is my $500 suit. Oh, you sitting on my $8,000 couch. That tells you when somebody's going to be being showy for money reasons. It's so uncalled for. And it was funny because he had told when he got a house remodel when he told me, and I just sat back because it was just the most bizarre conversation. And he's like, yeah, one of the kids that he raised that he had to kind of adopt because of family drama. That kid liked to be showy like him, and he didn't understand where it came from, but think he got it from you. It's so amazing to me. So he tells the kid that they're getting ready to do the, like open house thing. We call it open house. We get a family get together so he can show off the house. Um, and he got it remodeled, his family home. So he turns around and he tells them, you need to stay in your place. It's my day to to show off the house or to show the house. Meaning you don't sit up here and try to take the attention away from me about the remodeling of the home. I'm like, ooh, this is some really twisted, I need attention dynamics. I can't. And I don't, it's just not my cup of tea. I'm just like, oh, okay. Bizarre. I can't. I'm good. I'm like, oh, okay. This is some really bizarre stuff with y'all. You got way too much going on. Way too much. But there's people that get caught up in that. That's not me. I can't. I can't. My little car, I enjoy it. It has a lot of little features. I think my thing was I was so shocked that I didn't know Kia had little features in it. So to me, I'm like, oh, look at little features. I'm still learning stuff. I'm like, oh, it's got this. I just found I didn't know about the touch screen because I would look. The happiest part of me was that I didn't have to sit on the ground and that I had air conditioning. I was so thankful to Jesus. I could care less about anything else. Those two things were like top of the and reliable transportation. Three. I didn't. Yeah. And I called it a little rat car. Shit, it's not a rat car. It wasn't some rats in there doing this. That was some rats. I'm a geek. I'm okay with that. I don't need. I'm gonna tell you the two cars that I really like that are pricey. And one of them is a name. Well, both of them are kind of main brand. I like the egg. I call it the egg Tesla. It's kind of like the big butt Tesla one. It look like an egg to me. I like that one, the bigger Tesla sedan. I hate that truck, that thing they got that's ugly. And um I like the Mercedes. I think they call it the G-Wagon. It's a Jeep. But again, to me, it ain't even about the Mercedes. They can put any emblem they want. I just like it because I'm a square car person. And I realize that for the most part, certain cars I like. I like boxy looking cars. And that that is just so nice, and just the squareness of it, and it's just the look, and it's just really a cool looking Jeep. Now, also speaking of Jeeps, I love the Jeep truck, the Gladiator. Love it. I like the Ford Flex. Square. And then Ford just came out with something. We were on the freeway. I said, "Oh, what's that?" The Ford Bronco, and I think it was a convertible. I It's a totally geeky car, but I thought that is a cool looking geeky car. It's square, and some of them are convertible, some of them aren't. I'm like, it's me. I'm cool. That's the stuff I like. I'm a nerd, and I'm okay with being a nerd. It don't have to be named. It don't have to be showy at all. And Goodwill is your friend. Matter of fact, I gotta go to Goodwill because I'm looking for a Bible, and if they don't print it anymore, and I'm trying to find it. This guy did a YouTube review on it, and I can't find it. I'm on some Bible groups on Facebook, and one person had it, and I'm not paying that kind of money for what, because I'm like, there's like a Bible, they collect different Bibles, so I'm trying to find it at Goodwill, because he said how he got it. It was at like a thrift store. He found it, and that's when he did the review on it. And I want that Bible because it has so many study materials. But I have to stop. There's another Goodwill I want to stop at and see if it comes in. I just need to stop at the local Goodwills around me, look in the book section, see if it comes in, because I'm figuring, it was only out for a couple of years. But we'll see. I've been looking for it. Anyway, guys, it's 76 minutes in. I got homework. I'm sleepy. I don't know why I'm so dang sleepy. I'm sleepy. I gotta get off here and do some homework. I only have to work 3 days this week because I'm off Thursday and for was it 4th of July, and I believe my Friday got approved. So I have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. Praise Jesus. This last week, I took off half a day. I was supposed to go do my DOT physical, but I had to reschedule that. And ended up taking care of some other stuff. Little man Hulk is due well, he's already passed the missions. So the only thing I pay is his registration, which is a little chunk of change. I'm probably going to it's going to be late paying his registration, but his emissions is done. Because his registration was due at the end of this month, June. So they used to give us a 30-day grace period. I hope it's still the same way. I'm not going to worry about it. And then I'm going to probably go ahead and pay, because I'm going to pay for the 2 years, because it knocks the price down. I may have to pay a little late fee, but I need to do my DOT physical because it's been late, and I'm still, my trucker side or my commercial side is suspended. My driver's side is still active. But I'm probably going to try to schedule that sometime probably closer to the end of July. And the last paycheck in July, get that scheduled, and then hopefully they'll go ahead and take the suspension off of the CDL side. Not that I just don't want to lose it in case I don't foresee myself driving again. But what I would like to do is later on, maybe, Lord willing, depending on if the rapture happen, or I don't croak first. If we have time, I love to own like an RV, and I wouldn't mind having a truck where you pull it. Well, I don't have to worry about licensing, or if I decide to get a bus that's converted, I don't have to worry about licensing if I do that. I don't have to worry about none of that. So that's just some thoughts that I might do. Anyway, let me get my butt off of here. Y'all, 2 and 2, be blessed. I will holler at y'all next Saturday. Yeah, next Saturday or Sunday. I'll talk to y'all. I'm usually doing Sundays, so one of those. But since I'm off 4 days, I might do it sooner. So, because I'm off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I might do it sooner. I haven't decided yet. Anyway, working on stuff here in the house, too. Peace, y'all.